Hey guys, it's Dave from computingforever.com. In today's video, I'm going to unbox and review this Dell XPS 13 Ultrabook. This is their first entry into the Ultrabook market, and they've delivered a lightweight and beautiful machine. It features a 13-inch display, a Core i5 CPU at 1.6 GHz, 4 GB of RAM, 128 gig solid-state drive, Intel HD 3000 graphics, 2 USB ports, 1 mini display port, for the price of €1,148, and all this packed into a chassis that's bigger than the 11-inch MacBook Air but smaller than the 13-inch edition. That's thanks to a smaller bezel. So there is a second box which just simply contains the power cable. We return to the main box with the branding and logo and the very luxurious premium quality packaging, which is very Apple inspired. It's very similar to the packaging I've seen on other Apple laptops like MacBook Pros. So here's the machine. Very light, but heavier than it looks at 1.36 kilograms. For some reason it feels kind of deceptively heavier. It's very thin, however, as you'd expect from an Ultrabook, of course, with that machine engineered looking aluminium shell. So looking at the machine from a profile view, we can see the I/O and just how thin this machine is. I will say that it does feel a little bit heavier than the MacBook Air. It is, incidentally, heavier than the MacBook Air, but only fractionally so. Inside the box, we also have a little envelope with the usuals, system manuals and things of that nature, a little bit of literature about the XPS 13 and warranty information and so on and so forth. They've also included some DVD reinstallation discs, which is strange considering the machine actually doesn't include a DVD drive, so presumably you'll have to buy an external one or remotely access someone else's. And also there is a power brick. Once you've prized the clamshell open due to the slightly stiff hinge, you'll discover the XPS 13 in all its beauty. The palm rests and underside of this machine break from the traditional aluminium and provide a gorgeous rubberized carbon fiber finish. The trackpad is all glass with an inbuilt button. The keyboard is of the chiclet variety and a joy to type on. Hitting the power button boots the machine quickly thanks to that SSD, but the fast access facial recognition login system is pretty useless and feels like a gimmick. Personally, I'd prefer to remove it. Similarly, I'd uninstall the only bloatware you'll find on the machine, which is the Dell Stage Dock. It contains some useful apps for access to downloading magazines, books, playing games, movies, music, and quick launching of apps, but mostly it just gets in the way. Other than that, it's pretty much vanilla Windows 7. The trackpad looks and feels great, but it's very hit and miss and occasionally likes to ignore your input. I can't say enough about this lovely keyboard, however. At the back, the rubberized casing has a slight weave in it, and it looks great. However, here's another complaint: the fan. This reminds me of the first-gen MacBook Air, a massive vent at the back that creates quite a lot of distracting noise, often when you're not doing anything particularly processor-intensive. It's annoying, to say the least. Dell really have stripped the ports down to nothing, which you'd think would make the machine even lighter, but not so much. One USB port on the left with a headphone jack and a power point. On the right hand side there's another USB, a mini display port, and a welcome battery light indicator button and LEDs. That low-profile bezel is the main reason the machine has a nice, diminutive footprint. However, regarding the display, the brightness frequently has to be adjusted as the settings don't seem to be saved upon shutdown and restart. HD video playback is solid, with no stutter. The Intel HD 3000 does its job as you might expect. However, you may not be able to discern from this video that the display is not of very high quality. The colors feel washy and the contrast is poor. The image fades away when viewed from an angle. Ultrabooks are supposed to offer very high quality displays. This is a major disappointment. The lack of an SD card slot is another potential negative for some users, considering the machine is so light on I/O. You'd think it would be even lighter in general. Although Dell have outdone themselves with some outstanding build quality, The fan noise, poor display, dodgy trackpad, and unremarkable price point make this machine a hard sell in my view, particularly when there are better ultrabooks on the market. I really wanted to love this XPS 13, but it fails to match machines like the 13-inch entry-level MacBook Air or the HP Folio 13 in terms of overall bang for the buck. My final score for this ambitious but disappointing Dell XPS 13 is 6 out of 10. That's it for now, guys. Looking forward to your comments. As always, be sure to hit that like button and share this video on Twitter and Facebook, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.